Welcome to Winging It. We're playing Arkham Horror the card game today, and you'll notice the format is different. This is digital. I haven't been able to make videos in the last year, or at least since December, largely due to how much time and effort it takes to clearly present information, at least at a level that I think is important for people to know what's going on in a manual format. And I vastly prefer playing cards, playing Arkham Horror at least, with live cards, but real life responsibilities, having high school or middle schoolers and lots of extracurricular activities has just cut down. I mean, it takes about 12 to 14 hours to make a video with live cards for me. And so I have been missing making videos, especially FFG gave me a spoiler and just the hype around Scarlet Keys. And I'd always wanted to do Innsmouth video series. So I just wanted to find a way that I could do this. And so this is the way I'm going to be able to put out content. I know some people will be disappointed, but after several months, hopefully something is better than nothing. So, of course, you can please leave comments at the below the video. Let me know your thoughts. Tell me it's okay that you're gonna love this anyway, or you can tell me that no, it's just not worth my time. No, I get it either way. Anyway, this is playing through Edge of the Earth. I'm playing Leo and Monterey. This was actually my blind run investigators through this because they're very thematic. I wanted to play Monterey and then either Leo or Ursula, but I had too much too much card overlap with Ursula, so I just decided to go with Leo, and they're a little bit more balanced. Although I am playing Leo with some investigating abilities and some fighting abilities with Jack. These decks are slightly different from what I started with when I played my blind playthrough. Some wisdom and having known things, but they're fairly similar in concept. If you look at the links below, you can see my decks, a video describing each of my decks. Before we drop opening hands, I will mention that you have the option at the beginning of the game or at the beginning of the campaign to decide whether or not you believe or whether or not you're skeptical of the findings about the monsters and such. And these two have seen a lot, so they're going to say they believe, which means we get a extra cultist token in the bag. We also have to choose an expedition member who dies right off the beginning. So here we go. It is Elia. Too bad. All right, so we're just going to throw him in the bin, and he is gone. All right. Let me just note that in the campaign log. So I'm not using the campaign log in the app. I'm going to be using the Arkham cards because why wouldn't you use Arkham cards? It's just so amazing. All right. So we now have to choose our partners. So Leo is going to take, well, let's see. Ellsworth will go to Jack. He uses 5 supplies. You can exhaust him, spend 1 supply, choose treachery to actually the location. Treat that treachery's text as if it were blank until the end of the turn. Really, really useful for this. So we'll give him to Monterey. There's that Polar Mirage, and there's lots of treacheries that go on locations. Just being able to bypass them is amazing. And then for Leo, we're going to grab Amy Kinsler. She has 3 secrets. You take an action to spend 1 secret and exhaust her. Investigate. You get a base skill in elective 5. If you succeed, you can look at the top card of any investigator's deck or the encounter deck. You may discard that card. So she's really good. So we got her. All right. Did I make a copy of Ellsworth there? I hope I did. Try to make copies of cards. I didn't, so we'll just make a copy and put him back into that deck so that we maintain a kind of pure deck of these guys. All right. So just a word about these partners. If they die, you can't take them again. They're permadead. So we want to be careful about their health and sanity. And they don't take up an ally slot. They're really good. There's lots of blurbs about each of them. I am going to assume that you've played this campaign before, but if you've not, there's just a lot of text about each of them, and some of them will die, spoiler, going through the campaign, and it's very much got that horror movie trope of like people dying as you go. So, all right. We got Leo dropping up his opening hand. Okay, Safeguard is going to be obviously awesome. We want an ally. We have the medical student actually. They've each got in the thick of it. So they got trauma. So we'll keep this student. We got a gun. We got to stand together. This is actually a pretty good hand. We can fight. We can clue. We can safeguard, and we can heal. I'm gonna just hold on to this hand. All right. So set this aside for now. And we will drop the opening hand for Monterey. So Underworld support deck. All right. Oh, you know what? We should resolve damned first, actually, before setting up each game. So, all right. Each investigator has 3 fewer slots of a different type chosen by the investigator when the big game begins. Okay. So, put that back. Keep this in mind. So, different slots. I am pretty sure that I don't need my arcane slot or my body slot. Yeah, so that's actually going to be a big nothing burger. So great. All right, so let's look at the hand we drew. Okay, well, fingerprint kit. This is all good stuff. We don't really need to fight right away. We can evade. I want to get an ally, Milan preferably, but this actually will get us right, going pretty fast. Do I need? Yeah. Okay. Well, we got some hiking boots. We got a deduction. We got a shortcut. Okay. This is pretty good. The only thing we don't have is an intellect boost for that first investigate that we're going to want to do, or the first supply test. Looking at the act and agenda, we have the agenda. Uh, Agenda 1A, Cold Welcome. This isn't exactly how you imagine your first foray into the Antarctic wilds. The stinging cold and lashing frozen winds will only get worse over time. First, after a location is entered by an investigator for the first time, put into play each set-aside location connected to that location. And it says use map. We got a 4 doom threshold, but there are ancient evils, so that 4 doom threshold may be a lie. You're going to have to find a way back to the camp, and soon, or you'll have to make do camping in the wilds. Action: if each investigator is at the same location and that location has no clues on it, resign. You set up camp. Each investigator resigns. Objective: find somewhere safe to set up camp. If each undefeated investigator has resigned, advance. The higher the shelter value of the location they resign at, the better. So we're trying to look for a higher shelter value. And I guess I didn't say story-wise, but we just crashed our plane, or our helicopter, I should say. I guess it was a plane. Yeah, plane in the Antarctic. And this map is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And we'll be playing on the same map for the first 3 scenarios. Or it's really the first scenario in 3 parts, but I think of it as 3 scenarios. So anyway, let's look at the crash site. It is a 2 shroud, 0 clues. You can test intellect or agility 3 to scavenge from the wreckage. If you succeed in the supplies recovered section of the campaign log, record spare parts. Max 1 success per campaign. I'd forgotten that you could do agility, so I think Jack's going to probably be fine. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. I think Leo, first of all, he has his free trigger. After your turn begins, play an ally asset, reduce the cost by 1. He will play a med student, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to heal probably Monterey Jack's horror and damage. So that's nice. We are going to spend 2 to put out a safeguard, and then we'll stand together to each gain 2 resources. And that way he can go with him. He doesn't have his weapon out yet. Oh, actually, no, wait. That was free trigger. This. We have 1 more action. I need to flip my action trackers. I forgot that the ally doesn't count because fast. So then we'll spend 4. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plus the 2. 1, 4, 7. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so we're good. We're actually really set up. We got the Mouser. Now we're only going to be shooting at a 5, so we might be difficult to succeed by 2. So we want to get like a B cup or something out. But all right, so Jack will spend 2 to play the hiking boots. That will help us pass the we'll put it in an arcane slot actually, this spare parts, then we are going to investigate, and we are at 6v3 to scavenge the wreckage. So 6v3, let's go. -1. All right, so we'll mark that we recovered the spare parts, and we're off. And then we're gonna move. We have the shortcut, but we won't use it yet. To the frozen shore. And Leo will safeguard to go with. Right, it's a 2 shroud, 2 clues. It gets +2 shroud if an encounter card is attached to it. Shelter 2. All right. Oh, and we have to put in a new location. So let's get the locations out. So it is this broad swift drips connects. And we can hit this little helper to update the connections. It's a little skew, so. All right, so it just says, as an additional cost for you to enter this location, investigators must spend 2 clues as a group. All right, so there we go. We'll do upkeep. Okay, so we got a calling in favors for Leo. That'll help him get out a better ally, yeah. And then we'll do upkeep. And we get a manual dexterity. Very nice. Right, we are at 1 doom. Make sure the encounter card is shuffled, and Leo will draw an encounter card. He gets Whiteout attached to your location. Each investigator gets -$1 stats. At the end of the round, discard Whiteout. So that does make this a hard thing to investigate because it's now a 4 and we get -$2 stats. Gross. All right, and then Leo will get Aperiophobia. It tests willpower, where your X is your location's shelter value, which I think is 2. Yeah. So if you fail, take some horror, right? Yep. Take 1 for each point you fail by. Place 2 your clues on your location, or add a frost token to the duel. So we're taking horror. We take 2. We're gonna take 2 horror. No way around that. So here we go. Boop. We got -2. Take 2 horror. All right. Well, it's a good thing we had that med student to heal us a little bit. Okay, so let's see, if we investigate, we're going to be investigating. We can use this fingerprint kit to investigate. We'll be at 4, 5 versus, but 4, actually be at 4 versus 4 is not good, is it? But we do have Ellsworth. You can exhaust them, spend 1 supply, choose a treachery, attach to the location if it were blank. That will not get rid of the treachery off the location, but it will make the treachery uh, not give us -1 to all our stats, so we would still be up by 2, which isn't amazing. So alternatively, we could play the flashlight for Leo. He could lower the shroud to 2, and we could be going at 3v2, and we could commit deduction. It's kind of 6 one way, half dozen the other. Oh, wait, actually, though, we could use Kensler. That would be 5 versus 4 if we blank it, still up by 1. Man, there's just no way to do this well. Oh! So I forgot this. He should have, at the end of turn, because he moved, we would have drawn a card. So we'll draw a card, which is elusive. Okay. Don't let me forget that. Okay. So that's his free jack ability, right? If you started this round 1 or more locations away, gain 1 resource or draw 1 card. All right. So we're probably going to commit this elusive and the fingerprint kit. Use the fingerprint kit. So action 1, we'll spend 1, 2, 3, 4 to play the fingerprint kit. All right. Action 2, we're going to exhaust the fingerprint kit. We are going to exhaust this guy to get rid of the -1s across the board. And we're going to commit elusive. So that gives us the 4, 5, 6 to beat 4. -2. All right. Good deal. We get the 2 clues. And then we can use the hiking boots to move to a connecting unrevealed location. Spending these 2 clues to open it up. and Leo can safeguard with us. So we've got thus broad snowdrifts. So it has a free trigger to add a cross token and discover 3 additional clues. We will not be doing that. Cross tokens are nasty. We also have everything that's connected to the red square comes out, which is not that one. Snow Graves. And these two, yeah. All right, so Snow Graves is down here. Try to make some room. Then we'll put this up here and this over here. Gives us an idea of where they go, and we'll go ahead and update the connections. All right, so we can investigate here. We will just investigate. We're at 4B1. So we'll draw, last action, we'll just go 4B1. Skull, it is half the shelter value of your location rounded up. All right, so we do get the clue. All right, and that's his turn. We will remember his jack thing. We're going to draw a card, which is a flashlight. All right. All right, now Leo. So we could try to calling in favors, but we don't have a lot of resources to pay for stuff. So first thing we're going to do is we're just going to Kensler. So we're at 5v1. Let's go. All right, -1. She's exhausting. So we do get a clue. If you see, look at the top card of any investigator or the encounter deck, you may discard that card. So we're going to look at the top of the encounter deck. It is 0 visibility as additional cost for, okay. As additional cost for you to leave a location with a treachery attached to it, you must spend 1 action. So that's, yeah, that's gross. And at the end of the turn, success 2 agility. If you see, discard it. Leo's agility is 1. We are going to discard this because that's actually really terrible for Leo. So we actually sniped that pretty well. All right. So I'm inclined to just take resources so that we can play calling in favors and hopefully get a beat cop out. And just be ready. Actually, I'm probably going to draw a card and get a resource. Yeah. Ooh, we got a sled dog. That's interesting. I'm still going to take a resource. We could play our sled dog. I think, yeah. Well, this way, if we call in favors and hit a sled dog, we can put 2 sled dogs into play. So that's nice. All right, so yeah, we took our resource. Doing upkeep. Leo gets a 45 automatic. So we have another weapon. That's good. And Jack will get... Okay, watch this. Nice if we get any agility treacheries. All right, so we're at 2 of 4 Doom. Drawing encounter cards. Leo gets Polar Mirage attached to the copy of the nearest location with at least 1 clue and without a copy of Polar Mirage attached. First, after you discover or take control of 1 or more clues at the attached location, discard each non-weakness card in your hand. Discard Polar Mirage. It's just absolutely disgusting. So we're putting that here. Oh, this whiteout is gone. So we can blank it out with Ellsworth. All right, we get, okay, this is the same one where we're going to, and we don't have 2 clues. So again, we're going to be just failing this. Our location's shelter value is 4, so we're going to be taking 4 horror. I'm inclined to commit watch this to this test, not use any resources. Actually, and shortcut, because this could actually just straight up defeat us. So we're going to go to 1, 2, 3 versus 4. Elder Sign +1. Okay, so we actually passed. What a crazy thing that was. Okay. Wow. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Okay. So what am I gonna do? I really need some intellect boosts for Monterey here. Well, we do have the flashlight, I suppose. So what we could do is flashlight. Oh, there's only 2 clues left. Okay, well we will fingerprint kit those 2 clues. Yeah. So we are at 5v1, investigating. Oh, we're blanking that treachery. It's -3. We're successful. So we get the 2 clues. That treachery doesn't go off because the text is blank. We will then hiking boots and deleting all of our clues and safeguard in to the snowy graves. All right, so there's a 3 shroud, 4 clues, shelter 5. It's got a free action ability. After you discover the last clue from Snow Graves, shuffle the top 3 cards of the Tekalili deck into your deck without looking at them. In the supplies recovered section of the campaign log, record green soapstone. Group level once per campaign. We haven't looked at Tekalilis yet, but they are. Where are they? Oh, here they are. They're like weaknesses that get shuffled into your deck and then come out when you use them. So. All right, so we're now at a 4 versus 3, which is not great. I think we will spend 2 to play a flashlight, and then we will use the flashlight to investigate at 4v1. -4, no good. That stinks. All right, so we could put the sled dog into play, but we're not going to. We're going to see if we get lucky hitting another sled dog. Let's see. If we play Calling in Favors, yeah, okay. So we're going to spend 1, first action, play Calling in Favors. Brings the med student back to hand. And then we're going to search the top 9 cards for an ally asset, and we can discount it by 2. So 9. Sled Dog is, oh, actually, no, Mitch Brown is what we want. 100% we want Mitch Brown. It costs us 1. Mitch Brown is signature ally. It gives us additional ally slots, which can only be used to hold non-unique allies. That's perfect. All right. So we're happy with that. We are going to investigate with Kinsler. So we're at a 5 versus a 3. Yeah, we're gonna commit this deduction. Go to 6 versus 3. Okay, skull is the half the shelter value location rounded up, so that's a -3. So we pass, and we get 2 clues. Very nice. Then we're just going to take an action to take a resource because we've got all these allies that we really want to get into play. All right. So let's do Upkeep. Okay, we're going to overpower. Got a Cunning. Oh, and I didn't do his draw at the end of his turn. So we'll do that. Oh, we got Milan. That's very nice. Okay, we're definitely going to get Milan into play. All right, we are at 3 of 4 doom. And Leo is drawing, and he gets Polar Vortex. Attach your location. When you end your turn at attached location, each card you control with health, including your Risker, takes 1 damage. Direct damage. That would be including a Kinsler, so we really don't want that to go off. At the end of your turn, discard Polar Vortex. Okay. And then we get... Oh my gosh, this is terrible. All right, we're testing 3 willpower. I mean, we've gotten this every single time. I've got no commits. This is awful. And this shelter value is 5, so we would take 5 horror. That would defeat us. So we're probably adding a frost token to the bag, honestly. All right, here we go. That's a frost and a 0. So we fail by 5. Yeah, we take 5 horror. That would defeat us. We don't have clues to drop, so we're adding a frost token to the bag. Campaign's going well, guys. Adding a frost token to the bag is just the worst. All right. So we would like to be able to get Milan out, but we don't have enough resources to get him out and move, do we? If we just investigate, we're at 4, 5 v 3. I think we just give it a shot. Up by 2. The odds are pretty good. We can commit the flashlight here to give us better odds, but we're just gonna go for it. Oh, we have this cunning actually, which is 1 intellect icon. It's not great, but oh, you know what? Actually, no. Okay, first action, play emergency cache to give us 1, 2, 3 resources. Then we will fingerprint kit. So we're at 4, 5, and then cunning to be 6, 7. So now we're at 7B3. Investigating. Elder sign. Again, doesn't do much, but we do get the 2 clues. We will do the free trigger to shuffle 3 Tickle Lilies in and record the green soapstone. All right. So 1, 2, 3. We don't get to look at them. We just shuffle them into his deck. Nasty, but it's worth it for the green soapstone. All right. And then we're going to take an action to move. And of course, Leo will safeguard with us. Okay. So what do we want to do? I don't think we care about the med student right now. Because, well, actually, we could heal one of Monterey's horror, but I mean, we've already drawn like all 3 of that 1 treachery. So we'll fast spend 2 to put the sled dog into play, hoping to get another sled dog into play. We'll put him in the arcane slots. I'm inclined to draw cards to try and get the other sled dog, because that would actually help us out a lot. But we also should move. Should we move? Yeah, because like, oh, we know that there's an enemy coming out. We're gonna move once so that so that we can safeguard with Monterey next turn. So action 1, move. We're going to draw a card. It's a beat cop. Oh, we'd love to get the beat cop into play. So we're going to last action draw a resource, which will allow us to actually put the beat cop into play. Perfect. Very happy. All right, so we'll do upkeep. And we'll do upkeep over here. Okay, we've got the trusty bullwhip. In case we need to fight, we can replace this fingerprint kit, which has done work, but is no longer good for us. Okay, the agenda advances. Hold on. Hold on, come see this, one of the other team members shouts as you trudge ahead through the snow. You turn back and examine what they found, a second set of tracks in the snow, but smaller, misshapen, almost impossibly so. What could have made these tracks? One of your party asks. You stand dumbfounded. Very little wildlife exists out here in the frozen wastes. These tracks match nothing you've seen before, nothing you can even imagine. You don't have to question what can make such tracks for long. A shape emerges from the erupting snow, twisted and deformed, like a splotch of ink spilled upon the canvas of reality, and makes a strange, almost familiar cry that is eaten by the howling wind. Lee! Lee! Then with terrifying speed it rushes toward you. Spawn the set-aside skittering nonsense at the lead investigator's location. Shuffle the remainder of the set-aside skittering nonsense enemies and the set-aside creatures in the ice encounter set into the encounter deck. So that would be we have the skittering nonsense and these guys. So these guys get shuffled in. We get one of these goes on Leo. It is a 2/4 Hunter. When you defeat it, shuffle the top card of the Tickle Lily deck into your deck without looking at it. Okay, so that's not too bad. All right, and we have Agenda 2A into the white. Something dwells beneath the ice. Something you've never seen or heard of, not even in William Dyer's horrifying report. Something unreal. After a location is entered by an investigator for the first time, put into play each set-aside location connected to that location, same as before. All right. Oh, we didn't update the connections. So, oh, that's weird. I pulled out the barrier camp. It actually should be this. Yeah, weird. Let's try this again. All right. These require 8 clues as a group to get in, so we don't have enough. We only have We have 2 here. Wait, what happened? Okay, I should have spent these 2, but I shouldn't have spent the 2 from Jack. He should have 4 clues. No, wait, they should each have 2. Not sure what happened, but yeah. All right, got that cleared away. All right, drawing encounters. Make sure this is shuffled. All right, he gets a Manifestation of Madness. When Manifestation of Madness attacks you, shuffle the top 2 cards of the Tekalili deck into your deck without looking at them. 1 for each card you cannot shuffle. Manifestation of Madness deals +1 plus damage for horror for this attack. For each card you cannot shuffle. Yeah. All right, well, things have gotten nasty. All right, and then we get Jack will get a Glacial Phantasm. Force the enemy phase. If Glacial Phantasms are ready, move it once toward the location with the most investigators in player order. Each investigator at Glacial Phantasm's location or connecting location shuffles the top card of the Tekalili deck into their deck without looking at it. Each investigator cannot take 1 horror. Well, this got kind of gross really quickly. All right, we're going to start with Leo and see what he can do. So you're going to spend 3 to put in Beat Cop. Because we can, because of Mitch. That will boost our combat. We're gonna take a shot with the Mouser. We really need to over succeed on this. So it exhausts. We fight. We get +1. Do +1 damage. If you succeed by 2 or more, you can ready it or gain 1 resource. Obviously, we want to ready it. So we're gonna commit overpower to this. So we're at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to beat 3. For action 1, 8 to beat 3. I believe that's -2, right? Yeah, and we don't fail. So we do 2 damage, so we can ready the Mouser. And we have to draw a card from the overpower. Day of Reckoning. Okay, so we just have to seal. This goes next to the agenda deck. Search the Chaos bag for our Elder Sign token and seal the Day of Reckoning. It's kind of milquetoast. So that's pretty nice. Because they don't really care about their Elder Signs that much. All right, so we are going to, if we use the Sled Dog against the Manifestation of Madness, we will be at 4, 5, 6 to beat 3, because he gives you +1 for the attack, and it deals 1 damage, but 1 damage is all we need. So we're 4, 5, 6 to beat 3, -1, draw again, -2, that's an auto fail. All right, I think we're just going to use the Mouser against, because I want to make sure I hit this, the Manifestation of Madness. We're at 4, 5, 6 to beat 3, -1. Okay, and we succeeded by 2, so we'll just get a resource from the Mouser. We don't need to ready it. This guy is discarded, and no Tekalilis for us for that. Okay, so now we're on to Jack. Now I could get out his whip and whip this guy for a damage. Seems pretty good, and evade him. So it's fast to play his trusty bullwhip. We'll do that. And then we will attack with the bullwhip. We're at 5, 6. We'll commit this manual dexterity. 5, 6, 7, 8 to beat 4. Frost 0. Phew. Okay, we'll exhaust the bullwhip to do an extra damage, a damage, and we'll evade him. And then we will run away. We do get to draw from the manual dexterity. Ooh. Oh, nice. Okay, we'll sneak attack. +2 to do 2 damage to this guy. So he's at 3. Very lucky there. We're just going to hit him with a bullwhip again while he's there. 6v1. 0. Okay, dead. Very nice. Good job, Jack. All right. I think I keep forgetting to draw cards with him. I think I forgot last turn, but whatever. All right. Skittering Nonsense is going to hit our friendly Beat Cop for a damage and horror. And we'll do Upkeep. All right. We have Upkeep over here. We got a sneak by. And we're at one of 7 doom. And drawing a counter card we get through the ice attached to the nearest location without a copy of through the ice attached. As additional cost for you to enter or leave attached location except by scenario card effect. Does 2 agility. If you fail, cancel the effects of the move, take 1 damage on horror, and discard through the ice. Well, yeah, Leo is not going to be passing that. Alright, and we get another Glacial Phantasm. What in the world? Okay, gross. Well, we want Leo to go first because he's going to fail that through the ice, so at least get rid of it. All right, so we're going to use the Mouser against the. We could play the med. No, we don't have a slot for the med student. We're at 4, 5, 6 to beat 2. That is 0. So Skittering Nonsense is dead. We have to shuffle a Tekalili into our deck. We are going to move, testing this through the ice. It's 2 agility. We're at 1 agility. All right, we fail. So we take a damage and a horror on Mitch Brown. Now we'll put it on the sled dog. And we'll discard through the ice. And then we'll actually just move. And I think we're going to move up to here because Monterey still hasn't found his int boosts. This is a 2 because this is a 4 shroud location. I just know that. Or maybe it's 3. I know this one's lower. So this is 2 shroud, 2 clues. After you reveal 1 or more frost tokens, you have to take 1 damage or horror for each frost token revealed. It's a shelter of 1. All right. So that is Leo's turn. All right, let's get back to Monterey. Okay, so we could sneak by to try to evade. Oh yeah, let's sneak by to evade this guy because I could use the resources to get Milan down. So yeah, so we'll sneak by. We'll evade him. We're at 6v2. Okay, -1. And his ability, I didn't read this, but at the end of the enemy phase, I did read it. Yeah, if he's ready, move once towards. Yeah, so that guy's gonna actually be kind of annoying. We're going to just spend 1, 2, 3, 4. No. We're just going to move twice up there, and then we'll get a card and a resource. I remembered this time. Ooh, I've got a plan. That'll be good for potentially killing stuff if we can remember how to have clues. All right. And let's see. We should have put blue triangle, something that connects to the blue triangle into play. That would be Rocky Crags. It requires 2 clues a group to get in. Stop it. All right. Alrighty then. This guy readies. This polar vortex should have been gone a while ago. And we're doing upkeep. Lucky cigarette case. Kind of nice. We can get a succeed by 2 going. And Monterey will get... Oh wait, we already drew cards, didn't we? Yeah. Okay, just kidding. Did we? No, we didn't. I was thinking because I drew a card and got a resource, but that was for his ability. So we got the magnifying glass. Great. All right, we are at 207 doom. 0 visibility. Okay, well this is going to slow him down. This is at the you have to test 2 agility at the end of your turn. Additional cost for you to leave a location with a treasury attached. You must spend 1 additional action. That's just going to be gross. All right, and then we get Monterey. We'll get Polar Vortex. Oh man, when you end your turn, attach location, each card you control with health takes 1 direct damage. At the end of the round, discard Polar Vortex. All right. This guy's going to hunt and give them each Tekalilis. I think Leo just walks up and tanks that guy. All right. So Leo is going to move back to tank this Glacial Phantasm, because if he hits you, you don't actually take the Take a Lily deck, take a Lily card. So he's going to take 2 actions to move because of 0 visibility, and then he's going to spend 2 for a Lucky Cigarette Case, which is kind of optimistic, but we'll see. All right, so that is him. Then Jack, he will, let's see. Well, I guess we don't need to drop the flashlight. We can just use the flashlight up on investigates. But we're gonna have to go, yeah. Okay, well, we'll drop the shroud to 0 with the flashlight. Frost and that. Okay, so we don't fail, but we have to take a damage or horror. So we'll take a damage. It's better for us. We get the clue. Going again. No, I'm sorry, that was using the flashlight. We get the clue. We will exhaust this, spend 2 clues. To move into the Rocky Crags. That requires, right, 2 clues, yeah. Alright, so this one is the forest when a treachery is attached to Rocky Crags, that treachery gains surge, max once per phase. I will totally forget that, I promise. I'm calling it right now, but I'm going to forget that. Alright, so this is the Frigid Cave up here, and the barrier camp goes up here. And we can update our connections. There we go. Alright, so doing okay. We'll spend 1, 2, 3, 4 to put down Milan, and we'll fast play our magnifying glass. So we're trucking right along here. All right, the Glacial Phantasm comes in here and attacks Leo. We'll take a horror and a damage onto him with the idea that he will be able to play med student at some point. All right, this is actually, we're going to be at 4, 5, 6 before. It's really not good. Really not good. All right, do an upkeep. Oh, we got an overpower. Fantastic. Okay. Well, that may be what we need. All right. And we get a take a Lily, take 1 horror. Okay, we can put that on Milan, as you do. Okay, we're at 3 of 7 doom. And white out. Okay, well that's just terrible. -1 to all his stats. All right, and then we get an Ancient Evils. Well, we all know what that does. Place doom on the current agenda. All right, 4 7 doom. All right, so let's see what we can do here. -1 of all our stats is gross. So before that happened, oh, and I didn't. I draw the card with Monterey Jack at the end of his turn. I forgot to do that. Okay, he gets a perception. The Monterey Jack show here going on. Okay, so let's see. If I shoot with the Mouser, with the overpower, I'm at 3, 4, 5. So one thing I could do is just move, taking the attack of opportunity from Glacial Phantasm. And then I would be away from the whiteout. Oh, but that would take me 2 actions to do that. So, you know what? I think I will just take a big shot and then discard my Beat Cop. I think that's going to be the best play here. So we're going to, and then I can med student. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to overpower Ambitious Blow with the Mouser. So we're at 4, 5, 6. We're at 3, sorry. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to beat 4. Okay, that I believe is -3. It is. So it takes 3 damage onto, and we have to draw a card from the Overpower, which is another Mouser. We succeeded by, we did not succeed by 2, did we? 3. Yeah, we did not succeed by 2, so we don't get the resource. Oh, you know what? We should have tested the 0 visibility last turn. Okay, -1, we fail. All right. So that is, we'll discard the Beat Cop. And we didn't succeed by 2. None of our succeed by 2 effects worked. All right, so that's pretty gross. So we could commit both our automatics to the 0 visibility to be 1 up. There are odds to beating that, but they're not great. I'm just going to draw cards. Okay, we have another sled dog that we can put into play next turn with 2 resources. So that makes me more comfortable with committing these 2 cards to try to be up by 1 on this 0 visibility. We're going to draw another card. Okay. So now we're doing the forced effects. Oh, we're -$1 stats. We're not doing that this turn. All right. So that's it. We got a handful of cards. All right, Jack is just going to investigate to get into the frigid cave. This polar vortex is gone. All right, so the shroud here is 3. We are at 4, 5, 6 to beat 3. I save the perception for if we need to. I've got a plan later. All right, so we're just at 4, 5, 6 to beat 3. Investigate -2. Get a clue. Exhaust Dr. Milan. Get a resource. This is Taboo Milan, so we don't get to do that once. And then 2 more investigates at 3 up. That's a fail, and that's a pass. All right, we're doing okay. All right, Upkeep. Well, we got more agility icons we can throw at this 0 visibility. Upkeep. Ooh, a tarot. That we want to get into play. All right, 5 7 do. Almost getting our Elder Sign back. You're getting closer. And we draw an Antarctic Wing. This whiteout should have gone away. Attached to the nearest location, investigators cannot play cards or draw cards from their decks. That means we can't play our sled dogs. Gross. Okay. You know what I should have done? Oh, wow. I didn't need to discard the Beat Cop. I could have used Ellsworth, who I think should have less. He should have. I used him twice. I could have used him to blanket that white out. That's what I should have totally done. Anyway, Ice Shaft. Test 3 agility for each frost token. You take a damage. If you fail, take 2 damage. Okay, so we're at 6v3. Pretty good odds. -4. Okay, so we take 2 damage. Never tell me the odds. That was gross. All right, so Leo. I kind of think we want to blank out this this card so that Leo can play his sled dogs. So he'll spend 2 to play another sled dog. And then we'll be able to play a med student actually to heal, which is going to be pretty good. We're going to take 2 actions to move because of the 0 visibility. But we can move, we're using our sled dogs, so we can move twice. So it takes 2 actions to move twice to Monterey Jack, but then we're here. Okay, does Jack have any agility icons? He doesn't. We could investigate with Kinsler and our last action, which I think we'll do. So we are at 5 versus 3. We'll commit this perspection, be 6, 7. 7 versus 3. Let's see, we didn't attach anything to this yet. No, okay. Auto fail, because of course we auto fail. Why wouldn't we auto fail? All right, oh, and then we're just going to, what's the shelter value here? Is 3, so it's -2. We want to be 2 up. on this test because of the skulls. We would be at 1, 2, 3, 4 versus 2. I said we wanted to be 3 up. So, right? No, shelter's 3. We want to be 2 up. That's fine. All right, we're going to commit all of our guns, which might end up being really bad. But we're at 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 up on this test. 0 visibility. -1, we pass. But we have no more guns in our deck. That is all the guns in our deck. So we're going all in on our 2 shots from that and our sled dogs. But the thing is we've actually gotten rid of most of the enemies by this point. So that's a thing. 0 visibility is gone. All right. We are going to take an action, spend 3 to play Death Tarot. So now we're investigating really high. We're going to investigate at 4, 5, 6, 7, B3. Okay, exhaust small and get a resource, and we'll do it one more time. Okay, that's a -3. So we'll get these 2. We will exhaust the hiking boots to move, revealing this location, and of course, Leo Safeguard with. And it's a 4 shroud, 4 clues. You can take an action to add a frost token to the chaos bag and record the mineral specimen. Group them once per campaign. It's a shelter value of 6, so we will do that. Of course, we did Safeguard. So that's all his actions. He gets to draw a card because of his ability. You get a backstab. We're probably going to need that. Okay, and then we do Upkeep. Okay, we got a Daring. Good. And we do Upkeep. We get another Tekalili. Take 1 Horror. Okay. Place Tekalili on bottom of the Tekalili deck. At least we're churning through those Tekalilis nice and quick. Okay, we're at 6 of 7 Doom. Drawing a counter card. A Manifestation of Madness. What was I saying about about going through all the enemies? All right, we've seen that before. So, okay, we get Dark Aurora. You're gonna take 2 Horror. Oh my gosh, this is just getting terrible. Test 3 willpower for each. Okay, this could defeat Milan. Okay, that's -3, so we're gonna take 2 Horror. Yikes. Yikes. We could put Horror on Ellsworth, but man, I really don't want to. All right. You know, I wonder if I should have triggered Lucky Cigarette Case. I'm trying to remember. I don't think I've really. I think, yeah, it's hard to know. All right. So we will use. Well, first of all, we're going to take this in 1 to play Med Student, free trigger, and we will heal a horror and a damage off of Monterey. We are going to then action 1. We're going to use the sled dogs to 4, 5, 6. 6 versus 3 to do 2 damage. Yep, it's half the trial value, which is 6, so he takes 2 damage. I could use the Daring, but I kind of want to save the Daring for later. So we're just going to try to punch at... What did I just draw? Oh yeah, I was even. 1 up seems terrible, actually, but we're going to do it anyway. Frost token, we're at 0. 0, we win. Okay, cool. All right, and then I think we draw a card. Just want some more combat boost or something. Yeah, we did succeed by 2. All right, so here we go. We are going to just investigate with, yeah, we're up by 3. We're at 4, 5, 6, 7. Up by 3 is good. By 3, that's -3. We get a clue, get a resource. I'll grab the clue in a second. By 3, -1, we get a clue. By 3. That is -4. It's -3 and -1, so we fail. So we do get 2 clues, but we are missing. So I did not spend clues the way I should have. So let's see, what's the issue here? We should have spent 2 clues to get in, right? To open this, 4 clues. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see. Let me see. We're at 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which is just enough to get into here. Yes. Okay. So we're at the right number now. All right. Okay. So that's his turn. He didn't move, get a clue or an air card, anything like that. All right. Let's do upkeep. Bought in blood. You must either discard an ally asset you control from play or discard each ally asset from your hand. I will discard the medical student. That's okay. And we get upkeep here. Oh, well, we got buried secrets. We can't leave. All right, Summon Doom. We can release the Elder Sign back into the bag. Let's go to the discard. And we get these things, these manifestations. They're not beasts or even alien creatures like those Dyer or Danforth encountered in their last expedition. You're not even sure they are entities at all. They have no shape, consisting of an almost protoplasmic substance that seeps back into the ice when harmed, whenever you escape their clutches. Given their persistence, these entities in the inclement, deadly conditions of Antarctica, you know you won't survive the night without finding shelter. Just as you are pondering what your next move should be, the ice beneath you rumbles with a tremendous force, letting out a terrifying groan. An earthquake? One of your party asks over the raucous noise. No, that's impossible, another replies. That word was very dramatic. You share a dreadful glance. Could it be one of those things? Spawn the set aside Terror of the Stars enemy at a revealed location with the highest shelter value. So we're going to get the Terror of the Stars here. Alright, so this guy is Victory Point. He gets plus 6 health. While Terror of the Stars is ready, investigators cannot resign its location or discover clues at its location. It's Hunter and Massive. So it is here. He gets, it's a 9 health enemy. Alright, so alright, so let's do encounter card. Oh wait, we got a new agenda. Running out of time. The sun hangs low in the sky, but never sets. Your party is exhausted from the long, arduous day. Though the sky is never plunged into the dark of night, you know it's only a matter of time before you are forced to make camp. Forced, after a location is entered by an investigator for the first time, same thing as before. Alright, so we're at 7 doom threshold. Alright, we get an encounter card, we get test agility, we're going to take a bunch of damage. Alright, test 3 agility for each frost token, take 1 damage. Okay, that I think is Shuffle Teklelian, right? For each point you fail by, discard the top card of your deck, draw each weakness. Okay, that's fine. -3, so we failed by 3, we take 2 damage. Put a damage on our sled dog, and damage on Mitch, and a damage. That's it. And we discard 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Hate to see the sled dog go, honestly. But this last guy, if we can handle this guy, I think that's most of the enemies we care about. Alright, and then we have Ancient Evils. Okay, that is actually kind of a free pass right now. Alright, so Terror of the Stars. So where are we at? So we can backstab him, but we don't have a lot of agility icons. We can use daring for that. I think it's probably worth it. Let's see. Our sled dogs are just going to beat 4, 5, 6. To beat 4 is not great. Just going to have to take a bunch of 2-ups. But we really don't want this backstab. If we can do, I've got a plan in backstab. We're so close to being able to get this guy. And actually, we could whip him too. So I think we want the daring to... okay. So first things first, we'll start off with I've got a plan. This is going to be for 4 damage, actually. I was thinking 3, but it's actually 4 damage. So I've got a plan. We're using our intellect. Our intellect is 4, 5, 6 to beat 4. And we'll commit this perception to be 7, 8 versus 4. Plus 1. Okay, we draw a card. You handle this one. Alright. Then we're going to spend 3. Oh, that's 4 damage onto it. Jack's in beast mode here. Alright, we're spending 3 for the backstab. So here we're just at 6 versus 4, which is not good. We will commit the daring. So it's 6, 7, 8, 9. This is for 3 damage. Frost, and whew. See that frost, it scares me. The cultist is a -2, so it's -3. He takes 4, 5, 6, 7. So we just need 2 more damage, actually. We draw a card from the daring. Vicious blow. Very nice. Alright, we'll actually just try to use the whip, which is, we're just up by 2. So we'll commit this to be up by 3. You handle this one. 0. Awesome. Okay, so he is dead into the victory display. Jack just soloed the boss. Funny, that I have a plan actually was not in my original deck. I switched it out at the last minute, right before making the video. So yeah, happy addition that I did that, because that was huge. Okay. So Leo's like, you did all the things. What am I supposed to do? But we know what he's supposed to do. We're going to spend 2 to play a flashlight. And then we'll use a flashlight charge. We are at 3 versus 2. We'll commit this other flashlight. No, this is stupid. Okay, I'm going to rewind that. Just kidding. We're just going to draw a card, see if we can get intellect icons or something. Another safeguard. That's actually worth putting down, so we can safeguard twice with Jack going around. I'm going to just take a resource for my last action. You can play the flashlight next turn or whatever. Alright, so good deal. Oh, you know what? Actually, rather than taking a resource, I'm going to add the frost to the bag. And we'll get that... the mineral specimen. So I'm going to note that down. Alright, let's do upkeep. And upkeep. Yeah, I could have tried to clear those berry secrets. Oh, that's got ahead. So it's really nice that I got both of these, the safeguards out, because that, put these over here for my sanity, because that'll let him safeguard with them twice, which is nice. So, okay, we are at 2 of 7 Doom, drawing encounter cards. Leo gets a skittering nonsense. And Jack gets Dark Aurora. Oh my gosh. Okay, 2 horror is going to kill Milan. Too bad about that. You handled this one. It's really annoying. Actually, I can put 1 on Ellsworth. That's fine. Okay. We're at 1 versus 3. -1. Okay, so we'll take 1, and we'll put a horror on Ellsworth. Man, this horror is getting out of shape. Alright, we are going to do the skittering nonsense. 2 sled dogs. We are at 4, 5, 6 to beat 2. Okay, that is -2, right? So we finally get to trigger our lucky cigarette case. Draw a card. We gotta stand together. It's dead. We have to put a Tinkalili card in our deck from that. And I'm wondering. Okay, I'll spend. I mean, I could investigate at 3, 4, 5 to beat 4. It's no good. I'll take a resource. I'll spend 2 resources on flashlight. Oops. Oh, actually, instead of taking a resource, we'll just play to stand together. That's better. All right. Boy, this horror situation is really scary. We are going to investigate. We are at 4, 5, 6, 7 to beat 3. So 3, 7 to beat 4. We're investigating buried secrets. 7 to beat 4 plus 1. Okay, that's done. All right. We're going to invest 7 to beat 4. That's minus 4. We fail. 7 to beat 4. Oh, we did Milan because we did it successfully. That's minus 3. We get a clue. So we just got to get one more clue. And we'll have enough clues to open up the base camp, which is our goal. All right, we're doing upkeep. Another calling in favors. Upkeep. Quick thinking. That's going to be pretty good, probably. 3 of 7 doom. Kindred Mist. Attached to the initial location without a copy of Kindred Mist attached. When one or more cards from Tekalili deck would be shuffled into your deck while you're at an attached location, draw them instead, placing them at the bottom of your deck instead of the bottom of the Tekalili deck. Discard Kindred Mist at the end of this round. Usually that's nothing. Through the ice. Attached to the nearest location without a copy of Through the Ice attached. As additional cost for you to enter or leave attached location, except by scenario card effects, test 2 agility. If you fail, cancel the effects of the move, take 1 damage and 1 horror, discard Through the Ice. Let's see. Okay. So we can actually blank that when we leave. So that's pretty good. All right. We are going to investigate as Monterey Jack. We're 4, 5, 6, 7 again to beat 4 plus 1. So small on, get a resource, get this. We will trigger this and we will use him to blank that. I may have needed to do that before the test, but I would have done it. So we're blanking the Through the Ice, and we are going to move, and he is going to safeguard once to go with us. Then we will move again, and we will safeguard a second time to the barrier camp. Which is, we got to put out this location. This location is not there. Okay. This is, we spent all our clues. That was 8 clues. It's a 4 shroud, shelter 7, which makes the skulls a -4. It is a 6 clue, and you have a parlay test of 4 willpower to convince some of the other explorers here to give you something useful. If you succeed in the supplies recovered succession of the campaign, you will record dynamite, max 1 success per campaign. All right, so we investigated, we moved, and we are going to investigate. At 7, we're up by 3. Frost, and it's -2, right? Yeah, so it's by 3, so we do get a clue. All right. So Leo is going to investigate with his flashlight. He's at 3v4. We'll commit this other flashlight to be 3v2 I said, so now we'll be 4v2, up by 2. That is -3 with a bad consequence, right? Draw, okay, discard a card from the top of your deck. We get Tekalili. If each turn, lose 1 action. Well, I'm actually glad to get that out of there. Okay, we are going to investigate again with flashlight, committing this calling in favors to be up by 2 again. We'll commit this quick thinking, up by 3. Hey, Elder Sign. Look at the, so we get to search the top 3 cards for an ally. Yeah, okay, cool. We get a sled dog. Not that we need it, but all right. And we get a clue. And Jack gets to take an action, which he will just use to investigate with quick thinking. Oh, nice 3. We get another clue. So we did connect to this location, which requires 2 clues to get in. It would be nice to open that up if possible, for because this map does persist. This should have been discarded a long time ago. All right, but I think we're okay. All right, so we're gonna do upkeep. Okay, we get another Tekalili. Discard 1 card random from your hand. Obviously can't be the Tekalili, that would have been funny. Alright, so Tekalili. So we're doing a good job clearing up these Tekalilis, I think. That's pretty good. And then Jack will get, for his upkeep, he gets Unexpected Courage, is nice. And so the Resign, yeah, the same location that collection has no clues. Alright, we're at 4-7 Doom. And we're going to draw Ice Shaft. Okay, so we're going to take a bunch of damage. It's okay. 1, 0. We take 2 damage. That is fine. Alright, and then Jack, Kindred Mist. Oh, which reminds me, this other Kindred Mist and Through the Ice needed to have been discarded. Alright, I think Leo is going, well, he'll spend, because it's fun, we'll spend the 2 to put the sled dog out, because these take up 1 ally slot. This can be another ally slot. We will, let's see. Okay, we can move X times, actually, so we'll exhaust 2 of these. To move twice, we're going to move in here, spending 2 of our clues. 1 and 2 of our clues. And we get the Icy Waste. You treat the first Frost token revealed during each skill test as -3 instead of -1. And we put this into play. So we've got all the map connections out. Then we're going to move back. And then we are just going to use our flashlight to investigate at 1 up to 3 without expected courage. So we're at 3, 4, 5 to beat 2. This is our second action. All right, beat 2. Elder Sign. Wait, there's no. I know that's a perception, right? Yeah. Last action, we'll just draw that perception, I guess. That we can commit it to Jack's deck. All right, so cool. Good deal. Did we grab our clue? I think we did. All right, Jack is going to investigate. We'll commit this perception. It's -2, so we get to draw a card. We're cycling our deck. We take a horror. Hoping to get an intellect icon. Milan, we get a resource, and we get the clue. And then we do it again. Oh, that's a fail. Okay, and we do it again. Up by 3. Elder Sign is nothing. Oh, I forgot to draw a card before. I won't mess it up now. All right, so we get the clue. We just got to get 1 more clue. Surely we could do it. The question is, can he survive the Mythos? If he takes 2 horror, we're going to kill Ellsworth. That would be terrible. All right. So upkeep. Oh, he gets another perception. Very nice. Upkeep. It's a great case. Finally. We're at 5 doom. This goes away. Manifestation of Madness is here. Okay. And we get... Oh, we're going to discard our hand. We discover a clue. That's okay. So we're going to just investigate. And we'll commit this perception to make sure we get it. Elder Sign. All right, cool. So he draws a card, but actually it doesn't. We get the clue. And now we can resign. Take the action to resign. I wonder. This actually makes me wonder, how many clues do I need? Do I need 8? We need, yeah, too many clues to get there. I'm not going to be greedy. We have the actions, but on 5 sanity really is painful. So yeah, we'll go ahead and take the action to resign, and we are going. Oh wait, what about this willpower test? Can we beat that willpower test? We could take a flyer at it actually. All right, so he'll pass the rest of his turn. Actually, that was his first turn. Let's see, is there anything that would cause us to take horror in the rest of our deck? No, we're gonna draw 2 cards. So one. Oh, this could cause. Discard an asset you control. We'll discard our magnifying glass. Okay, and then we'll draw 1 more card. A nimble. That doesn't help. All right. Oh, this is a parlay test, so I don't take the attack of opportunity. That's nice. Okay, we are going to just try to do that test. We're going to commit. We're at 4, 5, 6. We're up by 2, and 7 up by 3. -3. So we did the supplies. So we got dynamite. Record that, and we'll call that. We'll call that a good resolution. So yeah, now we'll do the each investigator at the same location. Location has no clues, which it doesn't. Then we just resign, and we get our 1. Exhausted and terrified by your ordeal, you decide this is as good a place as any to make camp for the night. Perhaps tomorrow you can salvage some kind of academic value out of this hellish journey, but for now, such things seem trivial. Survival is the only thing on your mind. R1. All right, so well, hope you guys enjoyed that. Kind of a brisk romp through the through the Antarctic. Obviously, I missed a lot of triggers with Jack. I'll try to do better in future plays, but he is really strong. Although, Leo did Leo things. I don't know. He might have been carried a little bit by Monterey, but Leo's always been pretty strong. And of course, I now have enough XP. They got 8 XP because you're going to get, for the shelter value, you get 7 XP. And then we got the 1 from the Terror of the Stars. And then because Leo has Obel, he'll have 2 extra XP. So he'll be able to pick up a Charisma and um, Michael Lee, who is what I really wanted for him. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I will see you next time on Winging It.